Guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm super excited to see you again. Today I have a super important topic, and when I heard this question from a friend of mine, I was like, no, not again, not this question again. Why do you ask this question over and over? Why people in the beginning ask the same question over and over again? And I just want to finish it once for all. So grab a coffee or a tea and spend some time with me. Let's go. So the topic is the biggest mistake you can ever make as a music production or audio creation guy or girl in the beginning of your musical journey. And the mistake is that, again, your focus is the wrong one, meaning that you think that if you don't buy this plugin, you will never be great. This is what people are talking here, there, right, left. There will be never a professional guy that will advise you to buy a plugin that you need in the beginning of your process, because you have no idea how to use these plugins. You don't have the experience. You need to understand it. First, you need to get this driving license. You need to understand, why do you use an EQ? Where do you use an EQ? How do you use an EQ? What is in a compressor? Like, what does the compressor? What settings does the compressor have, and why these settings exist? Before you can't answer this question to yourself honestly, there is no point to ask somebody like me or someone else from the industry, what plugins should I buy? You already have them in your DAW. I'm 100% sure you have the EQ, you have the compressor, you have the delay, you have the reverb, you have the saturation plugin, you have the limiter, you have so many plugins inside. There are certainly examples. For example, Lady Gaga's first album was completely engineered in Logic Pro 8 or 9. How many copies they sold? 20 million, 25 million? It's possible. So it's not about the tools. It's not about the tools. Do you saw these videos where people driving these super expensive cars, and you see this dash cam and he crashes into the tree and you think like, oh no, $200,000 just gone. Yes, if this guy will sit in another car and has a steering wheel and 4 wheels, this guy will still crash the tree. I am sure, because he doesn't have experience how to drive the car. The same with people who say you need to have this plugin. Without this plugin, you will never achieve awesome results.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
First, learn the tools. It's about yourself, your knowledge. It's not about the tools. It will never be about the tools. It's always about what you are capable of in your brain to process the thing and understand, like, okay, I have this scenario, what should I use? You sit down. If it takes you a couple of seconds to decide what plugin you use, you are already at this point to understand, maybe it will be a good reason to use this compressor in this case, because this case, or I really like to use this EQ for this task. If you're not at this point, there is no reason to waste your money trying to copy someone else who thinks he figured it out, because there are so many people who are sitting in front of the camera like me and telling you, I swear, this tool will change your life. I know you already experienced it. I know you saw this video already somewhere. Yes or no? Once for all, don't forget, it's not about the tools. It's about your knowledge, yourself, how you can educate yourself and put a little bit of time to try to figure things out, what the tools are all about, why you need these tools, Why is a compressor important in the mixing process? Why you use this EQ or this filter to take your sound to where it needs to go, okay? Because again, there are so many people, they say, I use this. Why? Never explain that. Why?
Because it sounds better.
I had to drop this video because, again, if someone who starts out asking me which advice I can give to him to buy something, what he already have twice in his palette, it certainly is wrong for me as a professional, because I know he already has the tools. So why investing? In this case, it's not investing, it's really wasting your money, okay? Especially because I know that he asked me how to use an EQ, and then he asked me what EQ he should buy. Like, huh? Seriously? First, please start to learn the basic of the EQ, and then if you say, okay, this EQ, I don't like the sound, for example, on the snare or on the mix bus, whatever the case will be, then you can ask yourself, okay, what EQ could maybe fit my workflow better? But it takes time to get there. So again, in the beginning of your music and audio creation journey, there is no reason to spend money on things you already have and don't need at this point. You don't need these tools. Save your money. And if people can make awesome productions in basic, with basic programs, basic plugins, basic instruments, you need to know it's possible. But the question is, or the answer is to that they are capable of doing this is because they spend the time to learn these tools well and use them properly. This is the power, not the power to spend another $200 or $300 showing the other guy what great plugins you have in your DAW. Who cares? Seriously. I don't have all the tools in my DAW, and that's so fine for me because I don't waste my time searching from 150 different EQs what EQ I need to put in on this channel. I use maybe 3 or 4 and that's all. That's enough for me. I don't waste my time. It's about the process, about time saving again, and money on the long run. So today, if I buy a new plugin, this is my tip for you. If I buy a new plugin, then I only buy it because I really need it, because I see, okay, there is no plugin in my palette that solves my problem. In 95%, 98, 99% of the cases, I already have the tools that solve all of my problems. You need to understand it. In most cases, you already have the tools you have, so don't waste your money. Now comes the second funny fact, and the funny fact is that I already described. You have 150 plugins in your palette. How many of them do you really use? 5%? 10%? I don't know the answer. You need to answer that for yourself. Cool, I think you got it, what I want to say to you. So keep that in mind. If you are starting out, don't look to people who already bought everything what is out there. Doesn't make them better, okay? They just had the money to buy it, but it doesn't say anything about their productions. It doesn't say anything how well they use the tools, or even that they know what tools they use. They just bought the plugin. That's all. So don't waste your time and your money first of all, and use the tools you already have. Guys, thank you for watching. Be amazing and see you in the next one. Peace.